Okay, we should be rocking and rolling. Hopefully the, what I think is a motorcycle outside of my apartment will not be, too loud. Moments ago, as I was running through my checks, it was, of course, picking up on my microphone, even though none of the other noises that exist in this apartment do. So yeah. I think everything should be set up. I think I did everything correctly. Fingers crossed. Yeah. But I've got the background. It is so nice to have my lovely worms on a string finished. They make me happy. And the way I've done them is nice because they don't really get tangled, which is something that I was worried about when I first started putting them up. And I remember to close the closet door. Wow, guys, pretty incredible, if you ask me. Yeah. Oh man, it is a sleepy Monday. I will tell you that much. Oh my goodness, so sleepy. I just it's crazy the amount of sleepy that I am. And I took a nap too. And when I say nap, I mean a nap. A nap. Multi-hour. I was down and out. I originally set my alarm for 40 minutes from when I went to sleep, right? From when I set it. It's a silly way to say that. And it went off once, and I was like, repeat. Just run the alarm back again. So then I slept for another 40 minutes. And then I did that again, and then that time I really was only in there for another 20 minutes. So, an hour 40 total. It was good. I needed it. I was out later than I thought I was going to be last night. Not later than I thought I was going to be. Later than I wanted to be, even though I kind of knew that's what was going to happen. And so, yeah. And then I had to get up early today for lab work, but it's all good. So yeah, things are good, other than the sleepiness. And then I have to go back to lab at 9 p.m. tonight. We're doing an experiment that has to have very specific timeouts of when things happen. And so yeah, 9 p.m. baby, back in the lab. So I'll finish with you guys around 7-ish. I'll try and actually get out of here around 7 instead of 8. And then, yeah, I mean, I'll eat dinner, I'll hang out, chill with my partner on the couch, and then I'll go back to lab. So yeah, that's fun. I also have chores and stuff I gotta do, because that's what being an adult is. Specifically, that cat litter box is getting pretty grody. And of course it's right next to where I stream. So it's really, really, I'm very aware of it. Which, you know what, is kind of good, because it means that it will never, for the most part, get neglected to the point where it becomes a real big problem. Conversely, cat poop, cat pee, right there. And the litter can only do so much, even though I buy the multi-cat, ultra strength, crazy stuff. Okay, we're about 4 minutes and 30 seconds into stream, which is pretty close to 5 minutes, so I'm gonna hit continue. I do, of course, want to make sure this audio output is going to the right place. I don't think it is, because why would it be? There we go. There we go. Now it's connected to the right place. And both you and I can actually hear the game. We're back with Blueprints, which is an awesome mystery puzzle game. And we got lots of things going on. So, here's my thought process. We need to find more letters. We're also now looking for a couple of things. We're looking for the password to the Blackbridge Grotto thing, which I will take you into. It's like a weird server room. And we, I think, need to see the freezer again, because we know there's servers in the freezer. And so there's that. We need more letters. There's also the mystery that I don't know if I should decode on stream or off stream, but there's the chess puzzle that we still have to do, and I feel like I'm missing a puzzle, but there's a variety of puzzles that have to be done. Let's see. I feel like trading post could be fun. I mean, shrine is always good, but I think we may already have one active. Or I guess we don't. I would have seen it. Okay, trading post, great. It's a trading post. The dynamite that they won't let me pick up, I think they should let me pick up the dynamite. This is what I think. But, you know. So there are a bunch of mysteries we still have to uncover. There's room 8. There's something weird with that. Obviously not this run because we didn't get the classrooms, but we need to get through all the classrooms. There's a bunch of things. And the library is great because we requested a new architectural digest drafting strategy. Tools of the trade. Okay, cool. The realm of inventory. Great. Let's learn. Gems. Stopwatch. A more short-term alternative to paying gems is utilizing a stopwatch to bypass any gem costs you encounter during a frantic 1-minute drafting dash. Interesting. So we haven't seen the stopwatch yet. Emerald bracelet. Removes the gem cost. Repellent spray. Free you of an annoying floor plan for up to a week. We've seen ivory dice. Brass compass. Silver key. Gear wrench. Ornate compass. Ooh, a luxury item from the showroom. It allows you to rotate floor plans as you draft them, allowing you to position doors to your advantage. Items that affect special floor plan costs. Items that affect drafting in the draft pool. Contraptions. Interesting. Blind experimentation is the most rewarding. Okay. So the shovel is a component in 3, compass in 2, coin purse 1. So we've done the magnifying glass one, we've done the sledgehammer one, I've done the lockpick one. But we haven't done all of these. Interesting. Oh, and we've made the electromagnet. So we've done one of the compass ones, I think. And blank is a component in 1 contraption. Ooh. Upgrade disc. Yes, so we've seen this. 16 total discs have been issued. Tooltips, tricks for itemized success. Stringing together adjoining hallways is straightforward when using a hall pass. You can adjust the settings to make security doors more or less common. Watering can. You can refill the item with water. All you need to do is find a faucet with running water. That's cool, and I bet you that's why we can adjust the kitchen water in the pump room. Ruby socketed candlesticks are the ones that we can light. Most green rooms can only be drafted along the edge of your house. The secret garden is no exception. Tools are cool, but they're only as good as the architect who harnesses their capabilities. Cool. Nice, 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 nice. We do not have enough gems for the attic. And I guess we're gonna take a commissary, because weight room is awful. I think weight room might be the worst red room that exists. And that's saying something, because there are some bad red rooms. Hi, Tommy. How's my brain? Ready for a workout? Yes and no. I'm a little bit sleepy, because I was up later last night than I wanted to be. So, a little sleepy is how I'm doing, which is, not necessarily the best for blueprints, but it's Mystery Monday, so we gotta be doing blueprints. But I'm glad you popped back in. I know you're in Europe, so I don't know what, like, the time zones look like for you and when I stream, but hopefully it's convenient for you. A little gem just for us. I mean, it's always nice to have a workshop, right? I only have a shovel right now, but I feel like I can't tell you how often I want the workshop, and I do not have it. We'll take a broken lever. Great. And do we have this written down? An A for right here, we do not. There we go. It's fine, you have a lot of holiday vacations, so staying up late for the next few weeks is not an issue. Cool. Yeah. Unfortunately, the US and holiday time is, I was gonna say not a great mix. It is a great mix. We would love more holiday time, but it doesn't exist. Luckily, my boss is awesome, so I get more time off than your average bear. Mailroom would be awesome, but that is a dead end real early. Yeah, you really missed the boat on labor laws and minimum wage. Yeah. And it's weird. So I'm a very pro-labor person. And for a long time, that was just like, that's the way it was. If you weren't pro-labor, like, what are you even doing? But over the years, it has gotten less and less popular to, like, support specifically, like, workers' rights and labor law and all of that, which seems really wild to me. But it is the way it is, so, you know, sometimes I see stuff that gets passed or doesn't get passed, and I'm like, come on, guys, you're voting against your own common interest. But I do also have a little bit of a special interest in labor law, and not just labor law, but like old labor movements, and I love like union songs and a variety of other things like that. So I do have my own little special interest in it, which means I'm probably more aware than your average American about labor law, which is kind of a weird thing to say. I feel like I should be able to get over this statue, and the fact that I can't does kind of drive me crazy. Let's go this way. I was gonna backtrack, but not if it's gonna make me spend a key. Pump room's great. We love pump room. And we do want to mess with... No, we don't want to mess because we want to be able to go back down to the base of the reservoir and put whatever keys we have remaining at the end of the day into boxes. We will take our little lunchbox, though. Enjoy your lunch. Good pun. Yeah, we'll use a key. We love a key in this house. Chapel's okay. I can't tell you if chapel or archives is my favorite red room. You do wonder how or why McDonald's works here. How can it be they have to pay $8 an hour with no benefits there, yet here it's economical to pay $40,000 a year with holiday sick pay and contributions to retirement? Holy shit. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, I am lucky in that I live in California, and so our labor laws are a little bit better than a lot of other places, but not that good. Not nearly that good. Solarium. Wow, that's kind of wild, honestly. Like, in a good way, obviously. I'm glad that that's how it is, but... oh man, would that be awesome. I do also love the chapel's gorgeous. I'm not someone who is particularly religious or goes to a lot of churches. And a lot of churches in the US are unfortunately, have been kind of like corporatified, if that makes sense. But oh man, do I love like classic neo-Gothic churches. They're awesome. Hell yeah, coins. I really would like more keys. Fine. Yeah, silver key is probably better here than stuck in the corner. TBH. Archives would be fine, but I want a key. Just talked about how we want more keys. Or not. Trophy room I do want to eventually go into, but I have been bad about saving my gems. I just have. We'll take dark room, which I don't love, but it's fine. There's a security door, but we can go this way. I'm trying to remember if there's anything we want in the utility closet. I don't think so. So we can... the pantry needs a key. Conference room needs a key, but there is food in the dining room, which means we could do dining room and then make our way back to the entrance hall and then go from there. We will eat a stuffed wild quail. I've had quail. It's definitely not my favorite. It was a little gamey for me. Just a little bit. And also felt like a lot of work for not a lot of meat. And I wasn't even the one that was like doing all the preparing. I just helped with like the final part. I would like pump room. I actually just realized I don't need pump room, but that's okay. Pump room's my friend. I love pump room even when I don't need pump room. I did see people online complaining about the pump room. Makes sense, very expensive here. Yes. But I love the pump room. It was wild to me to see people complain about it online. I was like, why? Pump room's my friend. I'm going the right way. You can get quail eggs, but meat, I think that's very specialty. Yeah. It was definitely a specialty to eat, by the way. Like, we had it for, I think, Christmas one year. Yeah, we can't combo these. We had it for Christmas one year, which I was not a fan of, because I was like, if we're gonna have a fancy Christmas feast, I don't want it to be quail. But I was outvoted, and so it was quail. That's a very small bird for Christmas. Well, it was like multiple. It wasn't one quail. We had like, it was like two people per quail, I think. Still not a lot of meat. Granted, I don't eat a whole lot, so like, you know. But Also, people complaining about billiard puzzle. I like billiard puzzle. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 squared is 16. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 squared is 36. Minus 20 is still 16. 1 squared is 1. 1 times 1 is 18 is 18. 18 divided by 9 is 2. Quick math. 1 silver key. Fair enough. And we'll do a quick little check to make sure there's nothing on the counter. Because sometimes there is. That simple. We're gonna take a parlor. You've seen people give up on it, but you could just brute force the first couple or indeed all of them. You also don't get the complaint. Agreed. I mean, I also, to be fair, the first time I did it was a little bit frustrating, but that's because I hadn't seen the hint for it, so I was just like fucking around. And eventually I figured it out. The empty boxes are both true. Okay? The empty boxes are both false. Okay. This is not an empty box. Okay, so if this is true, then empty and false, which would mean the empty, okay, then false, false, which would mean this is a full box, which would negate this. So this is cannot be true. The empty boxes are both true, which would mean true, false, but if this was true, then it would be full, which would negate this. So if this is true, and those are both false, but they both can't be false. So I think it's this one is true, and this is false, and this is false. But if no, that doesn't make sense. This one's true. If this is true, and this is false, then that negates that. Okay, what if this is true? If this is true, this is where the gems are. Which would mean the true boxes are, or which would mean my brain is dying. I'm gonna open this box, and if it's not right, who cares? We have plenty of gems. That's how you can tell I'm sleepy. C'est la vie. We move on. We will take an observatory. Gems, please. Gems or keys. You're just warming up? Exactly. Dead-end rooms are more common. Not great. But we get a key. And chests. Hell yeah. I'm thinking it may be worth it to open the chest in the entrance hall. Because... and an extra gem just for me. And here's my thought. Sometimes the chests have more than one key. So if you spend a key on... I forgot we don't have to spend the key. We've got a hammer. Hell yeah, baby. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And money, 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 money. Okay. So we need to go back up this way, through this way, and then we want to go down this way, this way, this way. But this is a security door, so we need pantry, conference room. Okay. That's the plan. Pantry and conference room, baby. Hello, pump room, my friend. My friend pump room. I do love that when you drain the pool, there's just a bunch of coins in there at the bottom of the pool. I think that's very silly. It makes me happy. Walk-in closet might be nice. I really wanted to just like keep going down because we've got all this space. I guess we'll do this. We'll take key, cupcake, gem, car keys. Have you been chucking coins in the fountain I said? I haven't. I didn't even know that was an option. I have drained the fountain all the way. So I do know at the bottom there is one of the weird red drawers. One of the weird red doors. And so I have been down there. I haven't opened the red door. But I have been down there. What do we want this to be? Yeah, let's use the silver key. I am gonna go outside for... this should be fine. We've got to... I am gonna go outside, so, like... I will check that when I go outside. Trophy room, I'm sorry. I can't pick you, even though I want to. We're gonna pick guest bedroom. Which, again, don't love, but... What are you gonna do? Key card! Before you drain it, you can make a wish. As far as I know, it does nothing, but I assume when you drain it, there are lots of coins if you've been chucking them in. Oh, that's interesting. I never even noticed that. That is one of the things I love about this game, is that there are things that, like, I would never notice. We haven't been to the vault. I want to go in the vault. And I do know that if we had the safety deposit box key, we could do that. I don't, but... Tuesday, December 15th. That is today, I assume. It would be weird if it was not today. Now, it would be great if we could get more gems and then draw the luxury room. Can't pick any of this up. Tuesday, December 15th. What did I just knock? I knocked a pen over. And then I don't think there's anything in here we need or want, but I will look. Cool statue, though. Okay, so... riddle me this, then. Because there is a current pantheon of gods, right? That this is a polytheistic country world that we live in the game. But also Egyptian gods have existed. Because this is Anubis. I know this guy. He's got an ankh and everything. So, like, what's up with that? You can tell childhood special interest of Egyptology is coming in here. Something to think about. Interesting. Interesting and weird. I didn't know that was in here. There's one in the mechanarium. Weird. Okay. Sure. Assets stolen from an early Egypt game? Lol, I have no idea. You could be onto something. Listen, I could be onto something. I haven't actually thought, I haven't like put a lot of thought into an actual good breakdown of the like mythology of this world. I'm curious, like if someone's done a big furnace. That sucks. Okay, well, that's our house for the day. So we're gonna dig up this and hope it's a key. It's not. Okay, so we'll go back to the commissary, because I think... I don't know if we had any more keys to buy from the commissary, but it's worth a look. I mean, we've got plenty of steps, so I'm not worried about that. Sometimes you get a bad house. This is not the worst house I've had. You would be shocked if there wasn't a huge fan wiki on this game in the next few minutes. Oh, yeah. There is a official Discord that I have not joined yet, but I do want to join, that has roles based on that has roles based on, like, how much of the game you've completed, like what achievements and stuff. And I am considering joining that, because I think that could be fun. Okay, cool. So I can just... Okay, I bought all the keys. There's no more keys. Okay. Well, we are gonna go outside. I'll huck some coins in the fountain. And then we're gonna go... Oh, that's cool. I never noticed that. That's cute. Okay. So we are going to go down to the reservoir. And I'm trying to think what the fastest way to do that is. I think it's to go down this way. I could be wrong. But I think it's to go down this way. It's my instinct, anyway. But yeah, I've considered joining the Discord. And you also have to, like, prove that you did it. So you have to have, like, a screenshot or whatever. Which I think is fun, too. Oh, I can't do it from this side. Okay, how do we get to the other side? Oh, wait, no, I can. There's stairs over here. Just a little panic moment. I was like, oh shit, I'm on the wrong side of the reservoir, but I'm not. Everything's fine. Yeah, the boat's over there. We're good. We're good. Okay, and we were told to open things with the sun, right? So let's recheck what these notes said. Only one blue box in the water contains a memo with a true statement. Okay, so only one of the blue boxes in the water has a memo with a true statement. The sanctum key is not in a box in the water. All boxes marked by suns contain memos that are true. Okay, and all of those are on blue, which means they're all true. Which means the one blue box in the water with the sun must be true. Green memos in blue boxes are true. Okay. And we know it's marked by a sun, so we know that's true. Okay. So I guess we're just gonna keep opening other ones with suns that we know are true. Oh! Look at those allowance tokens! Oh my goodness. This box contained 3 allowance tokens, true. Our allowance is now 25? Insane. Insane in the membrane. Okay, we have one more key. We'll open a blue box with the sun. Green memos in boxes near this box are both lies. Interesting. Well, we're out of keys. But we've got so much money. Pretty good. Okay. This is a rook. We don't have anything that is a queen or a king, so no chess puzzle today. I do want to go back up and look at the Black Bridge Grotto, just because it's, like, so weird and I need another look at it. This is my thought. The key is not in a water box. That was true, correct. Yes. I have stopped kind of looking for the key right away because, I mean, like, I'm looking for it, but eventually I'm going to want to open all the boxes, so I'm just trying to, like, follow one thread at a time. But yeah, the key is not in the water box, which doesn't necessarily mean it's in a not water box, if you know what I mean. We don't know that it's down there, but I think odds are it is. It's in a box that isn't in the water. My guess is it's also not in a box that has a sun on it, but we'll see. Who knows? Back upstairs, and then we'll go back down the drive through the gate that we did not open and back into this weird zone. With this thing I did not, small data microchip I did not take, do not know where I would find the other ones. I'm just trying to see if, like, anything else, like, speaks to me. You know? I'm like, okay, there's something weird with, like, these. Where I'm like, is it 3, 3? nothing, 2, 5, 1. Is that what the password is? I want to get through this door, but like clearly this needs more stuff. Lots of things to think about. I'm also like looking at the ground and I'm like, okay, there's like 3 things here. And one of the pillars is missing. Is that important? Who knows? Okay. I think we're gonna end our day though. Oh, my knees. So many mysteries. But I definitely want to find the freezer room again, because I know there's servers in the freezer room. I don't know how to get them from the freezer room to the server room, but we will see. These are the thoughts I'm having. Ooh, is that day 40? Wow, look at us. Day 40. 90 steps and $25. Hell yeah. Okay. So let's go outside and do our extra room. You've since discovered where one microchip is. I saw something flash up while watching someone else, kept quiet, and then went back to check what it was. Interesting. Yeah, do not tell me. I mean, I'm not worried about you telling me, but just in casesies. Tomb might be... I don't think there's anything else in the tomb we need to do. I mean, I guess... Here's the thing. Chess puzzle is in the tomb. But I'm kind of more focused on... Like, I am more focused on... I'm not focused on chess puzzle. Let's just put it that way. I'm focused on other things right now. So we're not going to worry about chess puzzle. And I think if we need to, we can get to the chess puzzle another way. I may be completely wrong, but I think there is a way to get there if we have to. I think it would be long and arduous. What's the list of things I'm focused on? Okay, so I want to get the servers, so ice room. I want to keep getting keys so that we can go down in the basement and get things from the reservoir. And then I would love to get into the antechamber again, just to get a key for... Get one of those red door keys, just because I think that would make our life easier. We will take a mailroom. I would also love to get in... Amateur lockpick, coupon book, gems. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. I would like to get in the trophy room, because I haven't been. So, like, also exploring those other rooms that we haven't been in yet. Yeah. Those are kind of, like, the broad list. Obviously, the way this game works, you kind of gotta be open to a lot of different options. Because, you know, this game can throw a lot at you, and you never quite know what it's gonna be. But that's kind of the broad list. The broad strokes, you could say. I love the sail. Great deals ahoy. Indeed. Nook is the only one that goes the right direction. Thank you, metal detector. I do know that there are keys. I appreciate you, though. Oh, I love the rotunda. I don't want to spend my gems this early, though. I would love to spend my gems on a room that I haven't seen before, you know? Let's do parlor. We'll grab the little key. Great. Okay. The gems are in a box with 2 statements. That is true. So that's 2 statements. The gems are in the blue box. The blue box has at least 1 true statement. The white box has at least 1 true statement. Okay. So if this is true, then the gems are either in these. The blue box has at least one true statement. The white box has at least one true statement. Okay. If that is true, then the gems must be in here. The gems are in a box with two statements. That is true. But they can't all be true. So if this is false, then the blue box has at least one. That would make that false. At least one does not have at least one true statement. Which would mean both of these would be false. Okay, if this is true, then the gems are in either one of those boxes, which would mean this is false. I think the gems are in the blue box, and if they're not, whatever. Damn, box puzzle has been really kicking my ass lately. A shame. I don't want to do boiler room. I just don't. It's that simple. I also would like to try and, if we can fill up every room in this house, that would be awesome, because there is an achievement for that. So, you know. We've never drafted treasure trove before. Oh, which means we probably should. Because we're trying to draft all the rooms that we... Oh. Interesting. Interesting. Green memos you find in this room will always be true. But this could be lying to us because it's not in a sun box. Be suspicious. Be suspicious. That's me being suspicious. We do know that there is a... We do know that there's a safe in this room. Is that lol? It might be suspicious. Because I hope so. We do know there's a safe in this room. We don't know what the date it's in reference to is. My assumption is that it has something to do with all this nonsense on the walls, but who knows? There's also like not a clear date in here. Otherwise, that would be what I would think. Hello, chair. I'm also like, there's something weird with this fireplace. It's a weird room. Yes, that and you realizing that the note is of 0 help. Yeah. I remember when I first realized that things in this game would lie to you. Like the first time I found the red note that's like, the safe code is blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, that's so helpful. And then I tried it on every safe I saw and was like, uh-oh. Guys, not helpful. Not helpful even a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna do this. And we're not gonna go in there yet, because we're waiting for it to have doors that we need. But yeah, I remember realizing that the red note was a lie. I was very frustrated. Which I think is reasonable. Especially because I found that note like really... I like found a safe and then like the next room I opened had that note. And I was like, ooh, how perfect. Chat, it was not perfect. Yeah, totally normal. Money. Money, money, money. I also am kind of convinced that there is a safe in this room. I don't know where it would be, but I am kind of convinced there is. The reason, good question. I don't have one specifically, but it's kind of about the fact that this is here. That's all I have. Nothing else points me in that direction, even a little bit. I mean... Oh, yeah, everything's cheap today. Yeah, well, let's just take everything. Let's just go crazy with it. We're allowed. It's a treat for us. Oh, thank goodness for courtyard. Thank goodness for courtyard that isn't just straight up a dead end. And a shovel? Oh, man. Wow. We are really stacked with items today. Look at that. Crazy. Ooh. We're trying to save our gems. We're saving our gems. We're being responsible and saving... Is there a coin on the ground? What's happening? Yeah. We're saving our gems. We're trying to, at least. Sometimes I can't ignore the allure of a passageway. Yeah? And who can ignore the allure of a passageway? We will do workshop. Battery pack. And a new letter for us. Let me write this down. No comment, lol. Maybe it's just me, but I love the hallway. I see those like 1 to 2 gem rooms and I'm like, ooh. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what was it? A T. Noted. Yeah, I have seen some people who have tried to play this game without a notebook, and I'm like, I don't even know what you possibly think you could be doing. Well, we don't have... We could make a detector shovel, which is nice. I do love a detector shovel. We will assemble a detector shovel. It's good, it's helpful. I wish you could use the coupon book with something. I think that would be really funny. Oh, is there something in this room? Is there a coin somewhere? Yeah, there is. Beautiful. I think we'll take conference room, because again, we're trying to conserve our gem use. Oh, man. Key card door. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, back to the hallway. Luckily, we have extra steps today. Okay. We're gonna go kitchen, even though it costs a gem. I'm not worried about food right now. Oven! I am worried about keeping it rockin'. Okay. We'll take security room. I don't like spending the gems, but you do what you gotta do. Okay, so we're gonna drop the security level. Keycard system settings, set security level. Okay, we'll do this. And then we'll do this, so that if we get a breaker box easy, we can turn things off and open the doors. Let's go this way. Yeah, use the... Oh, well, we have 3 keys. Whatever. Laundry room. I forget if you can launder... Let's do dining room. I can't remember if you can launder money to gems. Because I know you can do gems to money, but I don't remember. That's okay. Patio would be okay. Guest bedroom, closet. We want closet. Great. You know, I have... Oh, I should have... That was stupid. Whatever. It happens. Okay. Dark room. Dark room. I have the song from the Muppets, Moving Right Along, stuck in my head. Which is very silly. But my brain is like, moving right along, it's time for... It's a good song. But that's what's stuck in my head. Because we are, in fact, moving right along. Dinner is served. Did you watch it recently, or does it just live in my head? It just lives in my head. That's the autism. The autism means that songs from the Muppets live in your head for forever. We'll do billiard room. I should rewatch the Muppets. Truly banger movie. All of them are banger movies. What's is someone behind the counter? Someone leave some coins back here? What's happening? Or are you just detecting what's behind here? We'll find out. 4, okay, 5 squared is 25, minus 20 is 5. I will normally watch A Christmas Tale during the holidays. That's good. 20. I'm gonna assume this is the square root. Or minus the... We haven't seen this. So 20... 20 doesn't square root evenly. So is it like, do 20 minus 18 is 2? 2 squared is 4? Nice, okay. 13 minus 10 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Key card! Hell yeah. Hey, billiard room? I love you. What's on that? What am I getting clicks about, gang? There is a key on the floor. That's what I'm getting clicks about. Hey, you know billiard room? You got me. We want pool. Because just in caseies. It's a key! Hell yeah, key moment. We love lockpicks. We've never been in the foyer, which sucks. But that's okay. No. Gotta love them up in movies. We'll dig with our detector shovel. We get double coins. Locker room is great for us. We don't have gems. That sucks. A gem for me, please. Oh, boudoir, my beloved. That does suck. Yeah, it does suck. Okay. Good news though, I can get the gem out of this safe because we know that the code is creamy. Creambus. So it's 1225, enter. Which is great. So we already have seen the letter. I also think there's something up with the safe doors, but that's not for me to deal with right now. That's for later. That's for Aeon, who has solved more puzzles. Yeah, go ahead, use the key. I don't want any of these rooms. Redraw. Gymnasium's actually okay today because of, like, what we have to work with, but I do also want to go up. So I think we're going to take a library. Yeah, you see the similarities with the other room? Okay, so we read drafting strategy. We've read both of these. We've read this. We've read these. We've read these. We haven't read a new clue. So we will request that for next time we are in the library. I don't know if we have enough money to buy what's in the bookshop. We should look, though. I'm trying to remember what I still have to buy in the bookshop. Oh, yeah. We're good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We've bought all the books, baby! Beautiful. Gotta love that sale. Okay. So we are gonna backtrack to the conference room because now we have a key card. Okay, back through the boudoir. I love you make really silly houses, right? So it's like two long tunnels that lead to the boudoir, but of course that comes from the pool room. It's very goofy. And I enjoy goof. I'm a big believer in trying to bring, like, as much whimsy into your life as you can. I feel like modern lives do not have enough whimsy. And so I'm constantly, we should eat in the dining room. It's a pizza. Have dinner. And so I'm constantly trying to bring more whimsy into my life, in whatever form that may take. We have no money. We have no money, no keys, no gems. We only have one dice. Hello, security door. And actually, since we have this, we should up. This sucks. We want to go left. Even worse. Even worse. This is locked. We can't do this. Oh, this sucks. I know I said that, but it's true. Okay. So we're gonna open this door, and then we're gonna... yeah, go through this way. And we should probably... we're gonna hope that this is something that could have keys. Oh, storeroom. How I love you, storeroom. And of course, I did upgrade the storeroom with an upgrade disc to have more keys, because, you know. Hello, Foundation. I think it would be cool if you could shoot hoops in here. That would be fun. It would have nothing else to do with this game, but it would be fun. Okay. We should go through bookshop, but we should take a pit stop in security to up the security level because we have security keycard clearance. This is my thought. Yeah, shoot hoops and play the arcade in the shop. So we've been told that the arcade in the shop should be coming soon, and you can... there is a spot where you can buy it. Not, like, buy it, but there is a spot in the Mount Holly, like, gift shop where in the future you will be able to buy the game for the arcade for in-game coins. Set it high. Back. Exit. Okay, awesome. We do have a key, you know. We have plenty of steps. I'm gonna walk back through to the workshop because we know there's something you can do with the key card, and I'm curious what it is. Key card. Key card, you don't work with any of my things. That's not very nice. Damn. It was worth a shot. Okay. So now we're going through the kitchen, back this way. This way. This way. Yes. We're going the right way now. Okay. And then we're gonna go back through the bookstore. Love that this house has a bookstore. I wish I had a bookstore in my house. I mean, I actually don't because my apartment is tiny. But also because I would be spending so much money if there was always a bookstore. I just would be. Even more than I already spend at bookstores, which is not money that I have to spend. Is that fishing lures behind me? No, they're not fishing lures. So, if you've heard of a worm on a string, which is a lovely toy from the 90s and early 2000s, it's a bunch of worm on a string tied together to make me a colorful little background. They probably wouldn't be good fishing lures either because they're really light, so they wouldn't sink in the way that you need fishing lures to. Obviously, you don't want fishing lures to sink. Wow, this sucks. Guys, come on. Come on. What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? Well, none of this matters. Because we're gonna do this. We're gonna, I guess, grab this gem. And we're gonna take our 61 steps to go put one key in the boxes downstairs. Oh, man. Where'd you get 60 worms on a string? I have a couple in my life that I collect them. I bought them in bulk. I made a bulk order. I went the totally wrong direction. Whatever. I bulk ordered the worms on a string. And so they came, but they obviously didn't come connected, so they came all in individual packaging, which I had to... I am getting myself lost in my own house. And so I had to painstakingly take them out, each of their individual packaging, and tie them together. I don't know how many I got, like, when I ordered them, but it was a lot. It was at least 100, I think. I don't know the total. This is also not all of them. There are more that are hiding elsewhere out of camera view. But yeah, definitely recommend having a bunch of worm on a string just like with ya. Not for any particular reason, I just think it's fun. I think it's fun and goofy. None of these combo. Yeah, okay. Bup, 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 bup. We're still cruising. We're gonna go this way. And I guess we'll toss a coin in the fountain, because why not? Great. Beautiful. And then we'll go down this way. I'm also very curious where the final blue flame is, where the final little gas knob is. Because I would love to see what that does. I'm very curious. Getting myself trapped. I mean, I'm also curious about lots of things, right? Like, this looks like a goddess that we haven't seen before. This guy is, like, someone we haven't seen before. Like, they're not part of the other iconography. So I am suspicious. That is something that this game does do to you, and it does just, like, make you kind of suspicious of everything, which is silly, but true. Okay, so we're gonna open one sun box. We're looking for another sun box. The sun boxes we know are true. Moon. Okay, so we know these are true. Green memos in white boxes are lies. Good to know. And, hey, guess what? That green memo we saw earlier was in a white box. It was a lie. It was a lie. Okay, so you've got one more sun, I think. I feel like I should be able to use my lockpicks on the trunks, and the fact that I'm not allowed to is rude. I've got cool lockpicks, and I'm not allowed to use... We're ending our day. And I'm not allowed to use them on the trunks? That's not fair. That's not fair. I am going to take a quick break to go make myself some tea. So I will be right back. I will leave you on this lovely screen while I run and make some tea. I will be really fast. So stretch. Get yourself something to drink. Get yourself a little snack. Whatever you need. Take your meds. That's true, most of these exploratory puzzle games, not knowing what is and isn't important. It's kind of fun to know you've been walking past something so key hundreds of times. Exactly. Okay, Tommy. See you in a sec. Okay. Oh, we're back. Yeah. Hang on. We're not back quite yet. Problem solved. My partner is watching from the other room, and I gotta close the door so they don't have weird echo. That's all. Okay. Let's get back into it. That's the wrong tab. The thing that they don't tell you about streaming is that it requires you to have like 8 billion different windows open. And to drink, I have my lovely decaf Earl Grey as always, because it is, of course, 6 p.m. here, and we try and cut back on our caffeine intake after 3 p.m. But we love a good cup of tea. You've never done it. Do I have dual monitors? No, so my stream setup is kind of scuffed, because... Oh, look at that, $25. So I stream... Yeah, so I need OBS, chat, game. So I stream from a gaming laptop. So I'm playing the game and streaming from that laptop, and then I have my phone up so I can see chat and so I can moderate if I need to, right? Because sometimes I have like weird bots join. But on my laptop, I have got OBS, the chat, OBS, and then Twitch, the Twitch backend, the game, and also just like my other tabs that, right, because my life doesn't stop when I'm streaming, so like all of my other stuff that I normally have up is still up. So yeah, that's it. I feel like I have another, what else do I have open? Oh, I have to have Steam open. And then I have Discord open because I do have, not really mods, but like people that I sometimes need to talk to while I'm streaming. So I have that set up too. So it's a variety of things. And I mean, I also, because of the way I stream, it's pretty basic. I mean, like, I don't have a complicated setup. And so if I wanted to do more with stream, like have sound effects, the other two boxes are empty. The other two boxes are false. The white box is true. So if this is true, then this must be true, which doesn't work. If this is true, then this is false, which means the white box is also false, which means the other boxes, the other two, technically, okay. Depends on how you think of it. Okay. Or this is true, which means, so neither, these two can't be true at the same time, which means they're both false. Which means the gems are in here. But like, I've considered, like, I do kind of want like background music I've considered for stream, or like sound effects. I keep saying I'm working on getting, whatchamacallit, that I'm working on getting emotes for stream, which is true, but I don't have it set up right now. I do have ideas for emotes, but ideas only get you so far. Nice. We love an extra key. Gallery. We have solved. And so we just get gems. And we, oh. Awesome. That's great. I guess we'll do this. We don't really need to buy food right now. We do want the library and our new book. So, ooh, and a coupon book? Great. So this is a book that was published after our mom's disappearance, but is presumably written by her. Sundial Publishing, 1998. All he needed was to find a new clue. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you, for you are looking for a new clue too. He retraced his sketches and studied the files, reviewed all his cases, and gone through the piles of the evidence present and precedents evident, and retraced his steps as it stretched on for miles. Streaming at a non-living wage level seems to be as much effort as you want it to be. The important stuff, I think, is to stay regular and be talkative. Exactly. Right, so, like, in the past month of streaming, I have made $3. And that is one friend who I know in real life who used his Prime sub, which is free for him. And so that gives me $2.50, and then I've earned like 50 cents in ads over a month. But yeah, it is not, when you stream to a small audience of just a few people, it is not, you know. I'm streaming because I like streaming, I like talking to people, I like playing games, I like the community, you know. Corner cases. Parlor, patio, nook, office, library, pantry. Interestingly, parlor and library aren't checked. I'm assuming it would be nice if we had a magnifying glass so we could see what that said. Dead cases. Laboratory, something. He had looked high and low in all of the rooms. He had searched every corner in each of the tombs. In this particular case, he had checked every space. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. He looked and he looked under beds and in nooks. He questioned the maids. He questioned the cooks. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were only in books. Interesting. So tome after tome, the library he loaned, and the books that he had that he already owned, were searched from their covers all the way through. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. We've got Tender Cipher, Lunar Renamed, Uncle Ah, and Draft the Sixes. Interesting. He changed all the letters and the lines that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. Interesting. If you keep it up, I'm sure you'll grow. Let's face it, you're a left-leaning, attractive female. Those tend to do well. Getting past 100 views seems very difficult and kind of luck. Yeah, totally. I mean, luckily, I enjoy it. Also, just a heads up, I use they, them pronouns. I'm not, like, shitty about that, but just be aware. You don't have to apologize or anything, obviously. But yeah, no, I definitely am in a demographic that should do well, but we'll see. But luckily, I enjoy it, right? I'm not doing this to make money. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans and measured the gaps. And if his directory was considered a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. A man obsessed and cuckoo too, they would say as he would wander through, but the best medicine is not yet evidence. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. More stuff that I would love to look at if I had a magnifying glass. Having read this book so many times, having scoured over each of its cryptid lines, have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? Or is there perhaps something new, something overlooked, but now in view? Have you finally found it? Could it really be true? If it's a new clue, you'd know what to do. So there's at least one letter, or at least one word on each page. Like, depart, keep left to Tanner Fork. And then that's holding a turn right. Dead end. Record each stop. Interesting. Interesting. I should check. I have been slacking on the original blueprint letter. So I'm missing some in the upper left, and then there's ones where I haven't figured out, like, what the minus is. Okay, so we'll keep going. And ideally, what special keys do we have? Oh, we have key 8. We're not there yet. We want... I mean... Commissary might have a magnifying glass, which we would want. And if it doesn't, we may be able to trade for a magnifying glass. Give me the shovel. Give me the metal detector. Good enough. Okay, we'll keep going. But no, I am excited to be able to play on here. It's gonna be good. I love how it's like Hezra rooms and it's the commissary. But we will shovel some dirt. I do love the dirt. Just realized that that's a wild sentence. I do love the dirt. Goofy. 9, 8. So no, not yet. We don't want to use the 8 key yet. We'll do observatory. I'm trying not to spend our gems. I'm trying, even when I see the allure of the passageway, I'm trying not to spend our gems. Even though when I see the passageway, I get so excited. For being responsible. Okay, here's my thing. There is a gem in the office. So by doing this, we spread money. Luckily, there's loads of it outside and it's all free. Exactly. And though it costs 2 gems, there is a gem in here, so really it only costs 1 gem. You see what I mean? Really, it only costs 1 gem. We do this. We do this. We'll do this. We'll run payroll. We will spread gold. Great. Turn to main menu. Awesome. Yeah, we don't have any of the other... Actually, I'm curious. Swan song. Hi, Ravenpaw. Welcome to the party. Yeah, that's true of lots of rooms with safes, I think. Yeah. How are you today, Ravenpaw? How's it going for you? Does a safe always have a gem? As far as I know, the safe always has a gem. Interesting. Oh, okay. So we can do a lab using the black... Got it. Got it. So what I will say is I have not encountered a safe without a gem. Pretty tired, TBH. Been writing 2 essays over the past 3 days. Still need to finish the rough draft for the second tonight. All I have left is the hook and closer, though, because those are awful. Yeah, they're definitely complicated. Whenever I draft a shop, permanently add 1 gold to my allowance, please. Please and thank you. Start experiment. Nice, nice, nice. And this is May 3rd, I think? Yeah. What classes are those essays for, Ravenpaw? I'm just curious. Hell yeah, $2. Love $2. No, we don't want to use special keys. That's okay. We can come back. We can come back. We only want to use... Hey now. Is it in there? Interesting. The first was for topics in literature, and the second is young adult literature. I always forget the amount of literature classes you take, Ravenpaw. I did not end up taking a single English course in my college degree. I just didn't. Which I kind of regret. Hey, these are the first two you've taken since community college? I mean, you also haven't been out of community college for that long now. In my defense. You're at the point where you're basically done with the BA, so you're filling credits at this point? Got it. What's your BA gonna be in, Ravenpaw, if you don't mind me asking? True, but this is your third quarter. Psychology. I forget that because I'm so used to the Berkeley semester system, I forget that lots of other colleges are not on that system. Have you decided... I know last time you popped into stream, we were talking about how you were considering... Yeah, it makes it nice for filling out credits, though. True. How you were considering, I feel like we're gonna be doing a lot of backtracking, so... But, could have a key, or... Could have a key. Hell yeah. Okay, backtrack it is. You were talking about wanting to go into, like, clinical psychology? Abnormal psychology? I don't know what it's referred to as nowadays. Is that still the case? Or has that changed up? I just asked because my partner is a child psychology. Yeah, clinical psychology. Okay, cool. Very cool. So after you get your BA, what does that look like? It's still the plan, but I'm going to take a gap year. TBH, psych classes at Davis have left you very drained. That makes sense. So gap year and then grad school. Hello, Furnace. I don't love that you're here. After that, though, you'll have to start looking at PhD programs for clinical psych. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Yeah, the PhD programs right now kind of suck. TBH. PhD programs are like 6 years. Yeah, they definitely like vary. But what I know from my experience, like 5 to 7 years is normal. But yeah, so I applied to 5 PhD programs. I got into none. Actually, Tommy and I had been chatting on Friday, I think it was, about how research is really complicated right now because of funding cuts and consolidation amongst labs, that they want everything to be like cutting edge and brand new, and that isn't how science is supposed to work. You lived with a psychology student while you were at uni. It was fun being in the experiments, always trying to find out what the experiment was really about, because it was never what she said it was at the start. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, fun. We're gonna take archives, which does kind of fuck us, but whatever. Oh, is there extra? There's an extra key. Awesome. We will go that way, but first we're gonna go this way. It absolutely never is. It's so funny. You've been part of surprisingly few experiments so far. The bathroom with nothing in it. Do I always feel like the bathroom should have something? I know it's just a dead end, but like, come on. Come on. They never want me to have fun. Taking the archive floor plan is always so sketchy. BRB? Okay. See you in a minute, Ravenpaw. I guess we'll take the aquarium. It does raise our allowance, which is great. Oh yeah, we need to be on top of... Hell yeah, Jim. Gotta be on top of trying to draw shop rooms, because it will permanently raise our allowance. Boudoir is fine. We're not gonna... I guess we should. We should get dice. And we'll grab gems out of the... Gems out of the safe. I am curious, like, what a speedrun for this game would look like. Okay. And then I think there's money on the ground? Yeah. I think it would be really interesting, because this game is so much about exploration, but I bet you could, like, really go crazy and... You know. Okay, we're gonna grab the lunch. You've seen a sub 30 on YouTube? Quite a lot of one-day wins. Damn! Damn. That's crazy. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, so we need to be really conscious of our steps right now. This is my current thought as we move forward. Got gems galore, though. That's nice. Gems galore and not enough steps to use them. Yeah, I am scared to look up speedruns because I don't want to spoil myself or anything, right? Because, you know, this is such a game about exploration. But I think we'll take vestibule. And passageway. I was chatting to someone else and they were making the point that you need to do surprising little or discover surprising little to get credits. Yes, this is very true. There's definitely stuff that I discovered post-credits. It's clear from the speedruns they have a lot of prior knowledge going in. Oh yeah, I'm assuming you would never try and do a speedrun in this game doing nothing. So weight room? I didn't even enter the weight room! That's rude. That's really rude. I don't even want to go in here. I don't want to waste the steps. I feel like we should draft Treasure Trove and then dip, but maybe we just keep rolling. Well, that's more steps, I guess. And another gem. Okay. So that's a security door. That's a security door. We could go in the weight room and have our steps, which sucks. But there's more doors. Is that key? What's happening? There's a key. we will take the master bedroom, which we haven't been in before. And we'll take a look around. Ooh, puzzle box. The Morjai box. Okay. So, we're looking for white today. It's interesting because each box has different rules, I feel like. There we go. Awesome. More allowance tokens. I think our allowance is now 27, which is crazy. Red Prince, which we have read. To my encouraging uncle who opened many doors for me, forever grateful, Mary. And then something that we can't read. Thinking of how, like, for Miss, you only need to complete one puzzle to beat the game. Yeah. Yeah. There's us. There's our mom. That's very true. Yeah, Miss must be sub 3 minutes, I guess. I feel like I would have a safe in my master bedroom, but maybe that's just me. Look at these bitchin' swords. Hell yeah, dude. These swords are cool as hell. Herb, the controls for the foundation behind the elevator are located behind the foundation wall. Yes, this means the controls can only be accessed by a room adjacent to the foundation. Yes, we do know this. Simon, I never intended to finish writing this letter, but now you must know that... Herm. Okay, so now that we have the sleeping mask, it is probably... We have 54 steps. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. But we only have security rooms left. So I'm gonna go outside and see if I can swap for a security keycard. This is my thought. Okay, so we want... Let's also lower the security level, because now we have the steps to do it. Oh, my legs. Man, I did a workout on Saturday, and then I was moving a bunch of heavy stuff around on Sunday, and so my legs and my back are just like, oh. What does lowering the security level do? So it reduces the number of security doors, which are doors that require a key card rather than just keys, that will basically spawn across the estate. That's what it does. So, like, that's a security door. And then the other... That's not where I want to go. The other thing... Where am I going? Vestibule. The other thing I did was I made it so that my brain is not working. I made it so that the security doors, if they lose power, i.e. if I turn off the power, then they... What will happen is basically they will default to being unlocked instead of defaulting to being locked. So, but now I'm going to go to the trading post. Follow-up question, is there any difference between the security doors and regular doors? Not really. The only other difference is that security doors occur later in the estate, typically, and will also more clearly tell you the rarity of the rooms. Though that's pretty intuitive. And then... Yes. And then the other thing is that you can't use the special boy keys on... Won't let me take the dynamite. I want to take the dynamite so bad and it won't let me. You can't use the special keys on the security door. Coupon book for car keys. Shovel for car keys. Metal detector for lucky rabbit's foot. Sleeping glass. Oh, we do want magnifying glass. That's probably worth it. I feel like shovel has probably outlived its use. What can we trade car keys for? Coin purse? I mean, yeah. Coin purse for salt? No. Coupon book for car keys, that's fine. Car keys for salt. Okay, what can we trade salt for? Salt for ivory dice, yeah. I really want to hang on to key 8, so we'll take the lucky rabbit's foot. Vault key. What I really want is a key card. Yes! Hell yeah, key card. Hell yeah, key card. And that's why you pick the trading post. It kind of reminds me of Minecraft villager trades, that you like cycle through trades really quickly trying to get what you need. I am also curious if there was like a flowchart somewhere that someone has made of like all of the possible trades you can get and like what is the most efficient trading route. Okay. So the dark room keycard is what we should do because the weight room one requires us to go through the weight room, which sucks. So we want to go through the dark room, which means we want to go archives. No. We want to go this way. Yeah, okay. So we want to go left. It is fun because you draft new rooms every time, like every time you play the game. That because of that, you constantly have a new house to explore. And like there's always something new and interesting to do, and I think that's cool. It's just one of the many reasons that I love this game. But we do have a magnifying glass, so we want to look at what this says. Lavatory, closet, attic, furnace, solarium is dead cases. So those are dead ends. Corner cases are things that are corners. Suspect list. Rose Bali, age 50. Richard Scott, age 12. Frond Mayford, age 32. Sandra Dillon, age 14. Bo Lee, age 16. Charles Riscal, age 12. Christoph Clark, age 25. Interesting. Depart. Yeah. We read these. Draft the Sixes, Uncle Aw, Luna Renamed, Tender Cipher. He's doing word puzzles. Dead End, Major Key. Seen all the signs. May/Jor. Yeah, agreed. It's really interesting to see how the house changes. Assume page count starts on title pages. Oh, wow. Okay, so a transposition cipher. Interesting. What's this? Map. The suspect is a key. Interesting. We do also, if we get a chance, want to take a peek in the master bedroom, but we're not doing that right this second. We're busy. We're busy. Gotta go this way. Gotta go this way. Okay. Yeah, we want to go dark room and then this way. Okay. So this is slightly rarer, but we only have this. It's hard because we can't see anything. Ooh, Rumpus Room. Rumpus Room is awesome. Here's why Rumpus Room is awesome. First of all, $8. We love $8. Coin purse means we get even more. Secondly, this man tells fortunes if you give him a coin. And it's important. We gotta write it down.
as it was foretold.
Fortune.
I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara,
Sure do.
and I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
I do.
Faintly in the mist, I see a figure. A statue cradled in a courtyard of sentinel stone. You will find yourself one day wandering these paths, walking in the footsteps of the past, wandering and waiting, searching for a shadow that will never be cast, longing for the day to end, the hours to pass. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great
Great.
Alzara.
That is super straightforward and super understandable.
Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
I am curious if the fortunes adjust based on like what you've seen and how far in the game you are. I literally have no idea, but I think it would be interesting. Okay, so we're about to go to room 8, but it isn't locked. That sucks. Okay. Maid's chamber is fine. Yeah, that's dinner. Okay, so we're gonna go this way, and we're gonna hope it's locked. We'll use key 8, the special key. This is a new thing. Okay, so this is the thing that was in the painting. Oh, shit. I bet you we gotta put shit on these pedestals. Okay, let's figure this out. To first begin, place me with a bin with an N within its sin. Okay. So, could be envy. Could be gluttony. Could be mundanity. Okay. The sum of my sin as it is penned is a number within the room we are in. The sum of my sin as it is penned. I mean, so 8, but 8 letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're gonna call this goes in gluttony. Yeah. Okay. I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. Okay. To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. Okay. What is written thin to fit it all in? I mean, mundanity? My neighbor's sin. So that makes me think avarice. Could also be next to gluttony, but I feel like it's avarice. Okay. You won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin on the end. Okay. Well, that would put you in hubris. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. Okay, well that could be lots of things. So we'll hold off for now. If we spend a minute or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. Okay, well, that's sloth. That I can understand. Hello. Go in there. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. It's near the bend in the tail of the skin. I guess lust in the tail of the skin. The tail of skin, S-K-I-N. Okay, we'll put you in here. And then what is left? has to be here. And then I'm guessing that this is the T in wrath and the double T in gluttony. Okay, so something's wrong. Okay. What do we know is in the right position? Okay, so hubris is... So this either is hubris or mundanity. Let's put shit back on the wall. Put everything 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 back on the wall. I wonder if the animals are relevant. Okay. Okay, so this is, I'm pretty sure, sloth. Which is a bear, which, like, makes sense. There's something there. What are you? Side note, I think using hubris instead of pride is interesting. Yeah, so first of all, there's lots of, right, so you have, so envy, lust, wrath, gluttony, sloth are all your normal sins, if you think about the 7 deadly sins, right? So that's 5. And then hubris, which is a word that I love, and I think I often embody, sometimes to my chagrin, instead of pride is interesting. It's very specific. But also, avarice and mundanity, I think is fun. Okay, which one do I have? Which one do I have? Hang on. Which one am I holding? To my neighbor's again. Okay. So we said that was here, but what if it's here and this goes on wrath? Let's do that. There are 8? Yes, there are 8 sins. There are 8 sins, but traditionally there are 7 deadly sins in the Bible. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. I still think, okay. In the tail of the skin still, to me, screams lust. Which means this bad boy has to go here, because if he's not, or maybe not, hang on. I know you watched 7, true. Okay. So I still think this means it has 8 letters, which means it's gluttony. I could be wrong, but... which means you... See, this makes me think that this is avarice or mundanity. Okay, what other... Okay. Let's put you in avarice. We'll put you here. You think the 8 letters thing is right too? You have to be in a bin with an N, so you can't be in hubris. So we'll put you in hubris. And you in mundanity. Nothing. Okay. So what do I feel good about? If I put this there, then that one has nowhere to go. Actually, hang on. Let's put this, we're gonna shake things up. We're gonna do something wild, okay. I want you. I'm gonna put you in mundanity. And then I want Goose to be here. And then you to be in envy. And then you to be in avarice. Okay. To my chagrin, my neighbor's bin is written thin to fit all in. Okay, so maybe this is in... See, this seems so obviously sloth to me. But it could be... Can this be anything else? We spent a minute or 10 lounging in the den. You'll know which bin I'm often in. Is there anything else this could be? It's not... I don't think it's lust. It's not avarice, it's not mundanity. So this feels good to me. Which means this elephant has to go either here or where avarice is. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure out this bunny. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. This is a lot of work for 2 coins. Is it really gonna give me 2 coins? I mean, in my defense, we haven't solved this room, so I feel like I gotta do it. A letter and its twin. So to me, that thinks that's double letters, right? So it's like the N and the N in mundanity, and the A and the A in avarice. Because no other boxes have double letters next to each other. It's just a joke? Okay, cool. So I do think that this is correct. It could also go there. Okay, so what do we feel good about? I feel good about avarice. I feel good about sloth. I feel okay about wrath. Because it can't go in avarice and it can't go in sloth. So I feel good about wrath being here. Okay. So dog, I don't know about. Dog, I don't know about. Monkey, I don't know about. Lion, I don't know about. Goose, I don't know about. So, like, that's why I'm like, does lion go here in hubris because of pride? But it says it has to have an N. I don't think the animals have anything to do with it, unfortunately. Okay, so this is what I have left. Actually, let me do this. And then we're just gonna put it right back in. Okay. So goose could go in, you know what? We're gonna write this out. We've got hubris, envy, lust, and what's behind us? Mundanity. Okay. So swan could go in any of these 3. So swan, swan. I should face the other direction. I should face towards the mic while I do this. Swan. Okay. Dog has to go in either hubris or mundanity. Lion has to go in a bin with N. So it has to be envy or mundanity. So lion, lion. Monkey, the bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. I mean, so it depends on how do you define near the bend? Right, because there's the bend. So could it be envy? Okay, so let's say monkey could go in lust or envy. Because envy could also be tail of the skin, face. There's also 2 bends. Yes, there are 2 bends, but I feel pretty comfortable with the placement of these 2. It depends on how you define near the bend. Okay. And what have we tried? So we tried Swan and Envy, Dog and Hubris, Monkey and Lust, and Lion and Mundanity. Okay, so we tried that. I'm pretty sure we did. I am going to just do it again, just for posterity. Okay, there. I do hate NFTs because every time I see this monkey, even though it has nothing to do with the fucking ape NFTs, my brain is like connecting it to that, which is stupid and I hate it. Mood. I can't believe those things ruined an animal for me. Okay, so that doesn't work. Good to know. Okay, so the other option is that Swan goes here. Place Swan. So Swan goes there. Then that puts Monkey in Lust, which it still is. Which means this dog has to go here. No. Which means dog there. Lion over here. Dog here. Yeah, you too. Nothing. Okay. So we also now tried Swan, Lion, Monkey, Dog. Okay. What if I put the Swan in Lust? This game makes me say awful sentences. If the Swan goes in Lust, then I put the monkey here. Okay. Monkey. Here. Swan. If I put the monkey there, it means the Swan has to go in Lust. And the Lion goes... Can't go there. The Lion goes where Mundanity is. The dog goes on the end. Dog. Lion. Nothing! Okay. So we tried dog, monkey, Swan, Lion. Okay. So what that tells me is that... Be right back again? Okay. Tommy, if you're not watching ads, can you point me to what my problem might be? Because nothing else will add to 8. No, sorry, you don't know it off by heart. That's fine. I figured it was a long shot, but... I guess the bear could also be Lust? Lounging in the den? That's so sloth-like, though. Right, because if you put this in Avarice... Because here's the thing. I don't see anywhere else the rabbit could go. I just don't. Okay, what if we put this here? Which I know sounds crazy. We put the monkey in sloth. Put the monkey in sloth. The dog can stay there. The lion can stay there. We put the bear in lust. The bear is fucking. Put this here, put this here. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 in the merry old land of Oz. Put the goose here. Put the lion here. Put the dog here. Oh my god. Okay. I'm dying. Well, and then, right, because I'm playing this game, and so I'm like, okay, are the animals lying? Am I supposed to be just, like, doing it on instinct? But then I'm like, okay, what sin do I associate a penguin with? None. It's a penguin. Okay. Okay. I don't associate penguins with sin. Oh man, I don't associate penguins with sin. Guys, none of the animals are lying? Good to know. That is incredibly helpful. I love that that's a thing that this game makes you say. Okay, let's put everyone, put everybody back on the shelf. Put everyone back on the shelf. Everyone on the shelf. Everyone on the shelf. Everyone on the shelf. Okay. I have the dog in my hands right now. But we'll take the swan, because I feel like the swan is the one that I have the best grasp on. Okay. So I feel like the thing that we based all that off was the penguin. The sum of my sin, as it is penned, is a number within the room we are in. The only number I see is 8. But is there another number that is here that I am missing? There is a shark fin. Are there any other numbers? I don't see any other numbers. We're just looking. Okay. So the only number I see is 8. We're in room 8. We're in rank 8. 8. This is 7. This is 9. This is 5. This is 8. This is also 5. That is 4. That is 4. That is 5. Which makes me think it is gluttony. And I think that's reasonable. The sum of my sin as it is penned is a number within the room we are in. The sum of my sin as it is penned. Yeah. Okay. I'm putting it back. I know I just said that that's what I was basing it on, but it is what I was basing it on, because I think it's right. And back, had to grab food because you've been inflicted with hunger. You haven't eaten today. Ravenpaw, come on. You gotta eat. Okay. So the lion could go in those, and it can go in that one. Okay, I'm trying to figure out, the bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. I'm trying to think about other things. Listen, I went from working on an essay to school. I haven't had time. Hey, pound an energy bar. I'm trying to think of other things that in the tail of the skin could be. Because tail can also mean end. End of the skin. But in the tail of the skin, I'm thinking, like, why would you spell it like that? Like, is that an animal joke? Because all of these sins are at their core, tails of the skin, right? They're tails of the... wait. Near the... what is that exact wording? Hang on. The bin I am in is... the bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. The bend in the tail of the skin! The bend in the tail of the skin! It's hubris! Hubris / envy. I'm putting it in hubris. Come here, swan. I actually don't know where I want to put the swan yet. Okay, but if that's there, then this has to be here. Which means I can put this back in sloth. Yeah, I want to put this back in sloth. To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. Okay, so this could go in wrath or avarice. I'm putting this in envy. I'm putting this in lust. What do we have left? The rabbit? Oh, wait. This is this shit. So this is why this has to go here. Has to go in avarice. No. This has to go in wrath. And then this goes in avarice. Oh! Incredible. Oh! More allowance. And a trophy. A trophy, baby. Solve the puzzle in roommate on rank 8. Hell yeah. We gotta remember. I'm writing this down. Well done. Thank you, Tommy. Okay, I'm writing this down. It is monkey, lion, swan, elephant, gluttony, and by gluttony I mean penguin, bear, bunny, dog. Hell yeah. That's 2 trophies, baby. 2 whole trophies. Awesome. Okay. So we got all this. Okay, so I want to go back to the master bedroom, and we also need to go to the weight room. Obviously, we're going to finish this day, and then we'll be done with stream. I'm also like, that wall paneling's weird. Okay. Walk back through. Walk back this way. Back this way. We need to go through the commissary. We do have $50, so I would like to pull, you know, an expensive room. 34 steps is fine. Back through the bedroom. Back through here. Back through here. Okay. We need to go through the corridor. This way. This way. Okay. And then we need to go boudoir. Okay, what is fastest? We need to go to the master bedroom. So, dining room. Dining room, gymnasium, vestibule, passageway, room. Yeah, okay. Actually, we need to go this way. The gymnasium doesn't connect to the vestibule, obviously. Great. Great, great, great. Ooh, which halves our steps, which is not great. Redraw. Okay, so here's my thought. We're running out of steps. But we really want a nice room. We can lose money. That's fine. We've got so much money. I'm not worried about it. Ballroom is good. We also want to look in the freezer. We're gonna pick freezer. We're not gonna go in it yet, because it will. Oh, it freezes our stuff automatically. Okay. Oh, it's refrozen? Damn. Here's why I'm upset. The servers are in here. Okay. So our best bet is to try and draw a hot room that goes right here, which isn't going to work, but we can try. And we're out of keys. Okay. Well, at least we're gonna go in the master bedroom and look in there. Damn. Okay. That does freeze us with a lot of money, so we can look for stuff tomorrow. We were gonna go in here, and then I just noticed the cannons. Goofy. We wanted to look at the book, because it was like specifically. P.S. They made me change the ending, of course, as you predicted. Yes, which we did know. They made her change the ending because it was too political. Okay. Well, that's a shame. I was hoping to get more out of this today. Too political, indeed. Okay, let me think. Is there anything else we can do? We're low on steps, is the problem. The problem is we're low on steps. Okay, I think we'll call it a day. Oh, because we don't have any keys to bring to the basement. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna pop out of here, of course. It'll bring us the Crimson Shopping Center of Fire and Ice. That's fun. That's a really fun combo. And let me... do this. I want to see if any of our friends that we're following are streaming. They are. One of our friends who plays The Witcher 3, who we pop in on time to time, is streaming. So I'm gonna send you in... Oh wait, never mind. Wait. Are they on break? What's happening? Hang on. Oh, he just moved his face cam. Okay. I'm gonna send you over there. Please say hi from me and be polite. I appreciate you rating. It's good for me. It gives me, you know, stream stuff. So, thank you. And thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. See ya.